Hey, all right, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Two in the Cooler. I'm Andrew Canada.
I am Matthew Canada.
And this is the podcast Two in the Cooler. It's two brothers, two viewpoints,
Two in the
two
cooler.
in the cooler. Hey, all right, here we go.
Hey,
So how you doing with quarantine?
I'm doing. I wanna. Oh wait. Okay. I'm doing pretty well. Not much going on over here. Back at the parents' house, living in the city. So it's been pretty exciting. How about you? You've been working and whatnot.
Yeah, that's a thing that's like kind of weird. Is so many people are either out of work or working at home, but I've still got to go to work every day. My girlfriend Zoe, she's a nurse, so she's still got to go in, and it's kind of weird. But I'll tell you what, I feel like honestly, even with everything being shut down, there's too many damn cars on the road still. Like I drive to work,
People
and
gotta
it
go
just
on stuff.
yeah, but I'm talking like on the highway and everything. Like there's still like a lot of cars, and they've got the big billboards up or whatever saying, stay home, save lives and whatever. And I'm like,
Yeah, the electronic ones. I saw those.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I've been driving around on the highway, so I've been going golfing. That's different. I think that quarantine would not be bad. My biggest problem with quarantine, because I like to do nothing, but I have nothing to watch. I'm a big, you know what I mean? I can't watch hockey.
Right.
Can't watch
Oh, okay.
that. And that's like the biggest issue. But I feel like everybody's talking about the coronavirus. We don't need to talk about it too much.
Yeah, I guess so. But I do want to say one more thing. Well, actually, I want to say two more things about it, kind of. I want to say the two things that I think are the worst things about the coronavirus.
Worst things of the coronavirus. You go.
Yeah, not obviously people getting sick and people dying, which is terrible.
Aside from the serious effects.
Yes, aside from the serious, here are the worst thing, the thing that's making me so mad, and I keep seeing this on Instagram, is people like posting pictures or something. There was like this deer in a subway, and people were like, "Oh, it's so nice to think about how the earth would reclaim itself if people were gone."
We just stayed inside.
God, that pisses me off so much. I just feel like that's so stupid. Like, what do you want? I mean, I don't think that's a nice thought.
I saw a tweet that went like viral, and it said like the earth is going to be so much better like after this whole quarantine thing. Like I woke up this morning and heard birds chirping, and the replies to the tweet were like, yeah, it's fucking springtime. So birds chirp. They don't chirp in the winter when you live in a place like New York.
Yeah. And now the birds are out. Oh man.
And some people really think that the whole quarantine is so that the government can put the batteries back in the birds.
Put the batteries back in the birds?
The birds' batteries were dying because, people think that birds were created by the government.
I didn't know that.
It's the real thing you should look into. And people think that quarantine is happening, so they're making people stay inside so they can change the batteries and all the birds.
No way.
That's a real thing.
That's the best conspiracy about Corona that I've heard so far.
What's the second thing?
Oh, the second thing is the goddamn singing. All the people singing.
Yeah, okay. Like, what do you mean?
Like all the videos of people singing. Obviously, there was like the Gal Gadot one like a couple weeks ago that people, I don't know, a lot of people like ripped that to shreds.
Well, they did like a country music thing on TV the other day where there was like a live concert kind of thing.
That's right.
I mean, I think it gives people something to do. I would say.
I know. I get it. It's, nice or whatever. I just can't stand all the people. I just can't stand all the people singing just because I feel like, is that really what you need to be doing right now?
Yeah, no, definitely not.
But if I get that, it makes people feel good or whatever. But I can't stand it. I can't stand to listen to all the people singing all these, like Amazing Grace and like Imagine and stuff like that. And the kids choirs are singing. The last people I want to hear sing are what?
Kids choirs, they shouldn't even be together. They should be quarantined.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't. Those are like the two groups of people you don't want together: are the young kids and the old people.
that are teaching the player because nobody else.
Which have you seen this thing about like one of the guys who runs like one of those mega churches, like
Yeah,
those
how
televangelist
he was
guys?
still holding mass and he got in trouble.
Yeah, he got arrested
Yeah,
because
they had it the other day. I mean, this isn't funny at all, but I'm going to tell you anyway. They had a police officer in Niagara Falls, was in his car, and somebody walked up to his car in the street. So he rolled his window down, and the person yelled, "I have coronavirus," and coughed on him and ran away. And they were
my
saying that if they can
God.
find the person, it's like an act of terrorism. Like they can really be in a lot of trouble, which makes sense. But you can't be
Yeah.
doing that. They don't know if the person actually had COVID, I guess.
No, there's no way. I'm sure that was just some like asshole like trying to be
Yeah,
funny
like
or
that's not
something like
funny,
that.
but people are doing weird things. I have another friend um, whose parents think that the world is like really, really ending. Like he was asking like one of our friends like borrow a gun, like the parents, so like keep in the
Really.
house because they thought that people were going to start looting in Wheatfield, New York. That like there was a guy just shooting, like one of the farmers on Nash Road was shooting a shotgun, and he said the guy called him freaking out, thinking that it was all about to go down.
It's happening. That's the
Yeah,
signal.
yeah,
3 pumps. That means it's on. Yeah, I've heard that like gun sales are like way up and
yeah,
like a lot of people, even people who are like into gun control are
yeah.
like,
Buying
"Get
guns,
me a bunch of guns."
which is not to get political on people, but which is hysterical because there are people that don't want the guns, and now all of a sudden one bad thing happens, and
Yeah, well, I mean that's the way it goes. People want that protection and stuff. I don't know. I yeah, I don't. I mean, I've never even shot a gun before, which I don't know. I kind of want it just to see like what it's
yeah, what it
like,
seems like.
but I don't know if I'd own a gun necessarily. The thing about owning a gun if you have kids is that you got to put it in a gun safe, right?
Yeah, or a lockbox.
Yeah, and that takes too much time to like get to if you need it. In my mind,
There's
like
like a
if I
lockbox. You can buy like a lockbox that holds one gun. So you can buy like a lockbox. Like say you had like a pistol frame it. You can buy a
Mhm.
lockbox that's like maybe the size of your laptop and hold like your pistol and like whatever, like two mags, and you can have them loaded. And if you were to keep it under your bed, I mean, and you have the key, in your bed stand or something like that, I think like I don't know. I've never actually thought about what would happen. But in New York, you can't shoot people. Like it's not like in Texas where like if they break into your house, you can just shoot people.
right, what was that called? Like the stand your ground
Yeah,
law?
stand your ground or something like that. I mean, I think
Really?
like there's like if there was a threat to you, you could probably shoot them. But if somebody's just breaking into your house, I don't think you can just shoot them. I think it's still
What do you gotta grab like two sticks and try and scare them off?
yeah. Hey, get.
Hey, get out of here! Yo!
You want to know what else I was thinking? To not on the same topic. Are we ever gonna tell the story behind the name Tuna Cooler, or
Yeah,
are we
you
gonna
know
do
what? I
that
wonder about
after,
that. You
or
know what?
what?
I guess we probably should, cause
We won't use names though. We'll use a fake name like we'll call him Uncle Keith.
yeah, that sounds good.
I
Something like that. Oh boy,
know.
you
I
got
think
it. Don't be coughing.
I might have it. I don't know. I went to go golf yesterday, and there were so many people on the golf course. I left because I was nervous that
Yeah.
I was getting COVID.
Well, they've got. I mean, they're like. I mean, I guess typically you're pretty spaced out on a golf
Yeah,
course,
well, yeah,
anyways.
it's
But
so busy.
yeah, it's got to be
Like,
tough at that point. Thing
well,
is, that's really like the only thing that's open to do,
yeah,
and
yeah.
with the weather getting so much nicer now.
Well, now I mean it's gonna be horrible for the next few weeks, or like at least like the next like 5 days. It's supposed to like rain every day and stuff like that. So
Well,
probably gonna be drinking a lot.
yeah. I mean, that's not a bad.
No,
That's not a bad thing, I guess. Got to get something going. But let's get back to Uncle Keith.
yeah,
Why
Uncle
don't
Keith.
you? Yeah. Why don't you go ahead?
Well, you want me? I'll give a background. You give the story. I told our uncle, um, single guy,
Mhm.
uh, lives at home alone, great guy, always always down, sit around and I guess have a few beers, and that's how the whole thing came about, right? Kind of
Well, kind of. I mean, so what happened was there was this Keith was having this party at his house, and
little bonfire.
the bonfire, right?
Hmm.
And people were over there like super late. Things were getting pretty, it was a good time. And I guess finally at like, I mean, there were people there. They were drinking till what, like
Oh,
6 in the
oh, that I
4?
thought it was like four.
Well, I'm just
We'll call it six, just for the story's sake. We'll say six. Sun's coming up. There's still
yeah.
some.
Well, that's so. You know what? I bet it was probably like 5 in the morning. So everybody's gone, and Keith's there. He's kind of doing what he can to clean up, just for that night. Take care of the rest of the morning. Goes over and opens a cooler. There's only 2 cans of beer left in there. So he goes, well, might as well. So he sits there, finishes them off, and watches the sunrise. And he was like, he was telling us this, and he was like, well, I was walking around, and I thought to myself, I saw, hey, 2 in the cooler, so nothing you can really do.
So it became kind of a lifestyle brand at that point for people
Yeah.
who are followers of Uncle Keith. That's cool. You better sit your ass down.
That's right. Is that what the whole idea of 2 in the cooler means to you?
Yeah, it's a lifestyle to me. Yeah, it almost inspired me to the point where I will not leave any in the cooler unless there's like more than I'd say four in the cooler. If there's
4
four, if there's four left in the cooler, you can save those for tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll get you started.
If there's two in the cooler, it's
Yeah, you
almost
gotta stick
therapeutic.
around. I almost feel like 2 in the cooler is even more of a metaphor.
Yeah,
You
I
know
like
what I
that.
mean? Like, if there's something that you kind of have to do, like if you're like, oh, I gotta be rushing around and like, do all this stuff. Like I can't, like if you asked me to do something and I was like, oh, I can't right now. I'm so busy with, whatever it is. I got all kinds of errands and shit to run. You gotta be like 2 in the cooler, and 2 in the
Yeah,
cooler. You just take a minute and let
figure
everything
those
else
things
go.
out. Yep.
Yeah,
Just
exactly. Everybody
I,
needs. Yeah, all right. That's kind of what 2 in the cooler means to me. But
yeah,
I feel like it's about just being there, being present, being
okay.
in the moment for sure. And if you got some good people around you, I mean, that's all the better.
Yep. No,
So we'll see. It is. I think you said it best when you said that it is a lifestyle. I like that a lot.
some merchandise. Two in the cooler.
2 in
But
the
it's almost
cooler.
not like fashionable merchandise necessarily. It's like merchandise for people who would live the two in the cooler lifestyle.
Okay, well, like what
Faded
is that?
t-shirts,
Huh?
like old t-shirts. We'll go to Salvation Army to find old white t-shirts and then reprint like a two in the cooler logo on them and
I
sell them.
guess why wouldn't you just go and buy some like I mean if they're white t-shirts, the only like
They
all
don't have to
white
be white.
t-shirts
I
are
want like
like
olded. I want like you know they need to have some character to them.
yeah, I get that. I mean I agree, but I mean plain t-shirts. Oh, I think I get what you're talking about cuz in my mind like plain t-shirts. I mean, I guess at least white ones. Those are only undershirts.
Yeah, no, I'm talking. Well, but I mean, like you could have like a white or a black, like a plain colored T-shirt. You know what I mean? It's not an undershirt. It's just a plain T-shirt.
Right. I don't know. Do they
At
I
that point,
guess they have a
they'd
couple
be
of
one of
those.
a kind. Every T-shirt would be specific to that individual.
That's true. That sounds like a lot. You go ahead and get working on that.
Yeah, I don't have a T-shirt press.
We'll just use those the fucking Joanne Fabrics iron on. We'll just iron
Iron
it.
on. You
I
can iron.
ironed on so
Couldn't
much
they iron
stuff.
on their own?
So what? So you're not selling them anything.
I mean, no. I mean, but now. I mean, I would, but now I guess we're just encouraging people to iron on their own T-shirts.
Right, and a gist of anything. I like the iron on.
Yeah, I've ironed on a few things in my day.
For like
I've seen videos of how you can make if you just print out a picture and you like I think you soak it in something or no,
uh
I think you wrap it in like plastic wrap. You know what I'm talking about, like the
yeah,
piece
like the
clear,
cellophane.
and then you spray it with like something like I think perfume, and then you can iron it on a shirt, and then you peel like it off, and somehow it. I don't know exactly. I saw it on video. There's a way to
Okay.
do it.
Yeah, well, you can look it up. You can look it up if you're that interested.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, that's the other thing. There's not much to do. I never watched Breaking Bad, so I was like, I could start watching Breaking Bad. Got
Right.
enough time to do that. But my problem with that is I get committed to shows like that, and then that's all I want to do. So then instead of
Yeah.
like doing several things throughout the day, even though I'm still bored, but like to kind of keep myself busy. If somebody was like, "Hey, if I had the opportunity to like play Xbox for say, someone's like, "Hey, do you want to play Xbox?" I would say, "No, I'm too busy watching Breaking Bad." I get attached, and then an episode ends, and then how are you not like I watched All American. Have you watched that on Netflix?
No, what's that?
It's like it's a show. It's actually from the CW. Season 2 they just put on Netflix. So season 3 is gonna air on the CW in October, like this coming October, and then they'll
Mhm.
put on Netflix in May. Like they have like a deal with I don't know. So the first 2 seasons are on there. It's like this is how I would say. It's like if you mix The Blind Side with Friday Night Lights, the TV show, not the movie, and the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you combined those three things,
Uh-huh.
that's pretty much what happens. It's a family in Beverly Hills,
Okay.
it's, and the dad is an ex NFL player, football coach at Beverly High, and he takes in this kid from Crenshaw, this black kid who's a really good football player. So now the kid from Crenshaw is living, so that's the blindside aspect. But then like it's also about like high school football kind of, and like the way that like just like everyday high school. So that's kind of where like the whole Friday Night Lights aspect comes in. But then they're living in Beverly Hills, so it's kind of like the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because there's all this
Drama and stuff.
stirred up drama and affairs and how it goes, just everyday life, I guess.
Yeah.
For
The
those
thing
people,
and it's a CW show?
it's really good, very
Man,
good.
I
It's
don't
like
know. I don't know.
I don't know if you would like it, but it's
Yeah.
really popular. Did you watch the Tiger King yet?
No, oh my god, I just watched the first episode yesterday, and like first I watched it, and the biggest part about the first episode to me was obviously like, oh my god, it sucks what they're doing to these, keeping like these tigers in cages and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's awful. But I imagine that the rest of the show is more about like this whatever happened with this Carol woman and like that sort of thing.
Yeah, did you ever watch Don't Fuck with Cats? Did you watch that one?
No, I remember that.
That one's way better than Tiger King. It just didn't get all the hype because there wasn't quarantine going on. Well, I mean, people still liked it, but it's way better.
Right.
Here's the thing: I won't ruin Tiger King for you. Well,
Mm.
first I'll say I heard they're coming out with another episode
Yeah, I heard that too.
because people are so bored, and it's going to be about a character that you haven't met yet if you've only watched the
Mhm.
first episode. Um, my thing with Tiger King is I actually didn't really like it.
Okay.
I like the stuff that goes on the internet, though. I think it's hysterical. Since I've watched it, I know what it's talking about. So, like, I
Yeah.
think it's worth it to watch it just so you know what's going on because people have taken it so far online. But the
Right.
show itself, without ruining for you, I think that what you said is what I thought, and that is not at all how it goes.
Really?
Yeah, I would say still watch it, but
Yeah.
I think that except for maybe the last episode. Like stuff does progress, but I think
Uh-huh.
you never get to where like I never got to where I wanted to go. I wanted it to go, but I'm also a big like I've watched every episode of Criminal Minds probably 3 times. You know what I mean? Like I like
Yeah.
weird, creepy people getting murdered. I guess it's just something I'm
Yeah.
into, and it never gets like you'll see. I'm
So is a
curious now.
so is the whole show. Well, I guess I'll find out. I mean, I hope
Yeah,
it's not all about just like because it's sad to see those tigers in the big cages. But here's the thing: is what's the? Do you know? Remember the woman's last name? Carol. I
Carol
know people.
Baskin.
Are, yeah, Carol
Fuck
Baskin.
Carol Baskin. I hate Carol Baskin.
Well, she seems. Nobody in the show seems like a good person.
No.
But the thing is, like, I in the first episode that I watched yesterday,
Did they talk about her husband yet?
no.
Okay.
But um but anyways, they go to like Carol's compound and there's all these people there lined up for to like see Big Cat Rescue and stuff. But the thing is like her facility and Exotic Joe's facility, they don't look all that different. And there's this woman that comes up to Carol and she's like crying and she's like, "What you're doing is so great." And like you're still keep like you're keeping these cats in these cages
Yeah.
as well. And I mean, you
I
saw
think
like
that
they had to
I
put their
actually
heads in
think
the
that
little things to drink.
I actually think that when you watch it, like I think that it appears as if like the one that Joe Exotic runs is actually better than Carol Baskin's.
Hmm.
Like it looks like they've got like more space, but the premise of it is that Carol Baskin rescues cats that
Right.
born into captivity from places like Joe Exotic's like place and lets them like I guess live out their life there. Whereas
Okay.
Joe Exotic like breeds them and makes them
Right.
born into captivity. And that's
Right.
kind of what
And
they
he's exploiting them for a lot of cash for sure.
you'll see. There's some
Okay.
weird it gets really weird. There's a lot of weird characters. They're all horrible people.
Yeah, that's
There's
what it
not one
seems
person
like.
in the show that I would say seems like a good person.
So the guy, here's my question because I know the thing that people are talking about is like they're saying Carol Baskin did kill her husband, right?
Well, we don't know. That's why
Right.
what keep going.
So is the guy in the first episode that she's with, is that the husband that's
No,
supposedly murdered?
that's
Okay,
her new
then
husband.
she absolutely killed
Killed her
her
husband.
husband just
She
based
did.
on her being in a relationship with that guy. That's a guy that is going to be with a like a woman murderer. Like you know how like all
She,
those like Ted Bundy had all those groupies?
come on, Carol Baskin and Ted Bundy, not the same people. Ted Bundy
No,
was like a charmer. He would like charm people into getting
that's
them to.
true, but I think with
She's
like any like
a weirdo.
serial killer, like they're gonna have people that are like attracted to that energy.
Yeah, there's a picture. I don't know if they showed. Well, yeah, that husband. I hate that dude too. He's a bitch.
Yeah, he
He's a.
seems like it.
There's a picture of. You're kind of lagging a little bit. What's going on here? You good? Am I
Yeah, yeah,
lagging?
yeah. I think
Okay.
it's the internet on your side, but we'll be all right.
Um, there's a picture that you'll see. I don't know if they showed it yet of her husband. Well, it's like I think it was when they got married. She looks to be in a wedding dress on a beach, and her husband is in a little like Fred Flintstone looking like tiger thing, and he's got a collar on, and she's got him on a leash, and he's on his knees like this.
Yeah, that's. I could have told you that shit about that guy without seeing that
He's
picture,
probably a
just
tiger.
by looking. Oh my god, 100%. I almost texted that to my buddies because my friends already all watched it. So I was
Yeah,
like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and watch it yesterday, and I was like texting them shit about it, like all these people are crazy, and that guy pops on screen, and I'm like, oh, yeah, there's pegging happening in that relationship, like
the second
a
episode where
lot.
stuff starts to actually like after the second episode. So I watched the first episode, and I kind of thought like, okay, it's like an intro. Like you kind of got to know a little bit of personality about the characters, and then it's gonna start popping off. And in the
Mhm.
second episode, they take it to another level and let you know the characters on like an even more like personal. And they talk about like all their different like relationships, like, and it's crazy. There's some weird characters in the show. Like, did you meet Doc? I don't even know his name.
That's like the guy with the ponytail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Did they talk about like his whole wife situation yet? Well, this
No.
is the other thing. There's a lot of well, so I saw on Twitter that they reopened the missing persons case of Carol Baskin's husband, by the way.
I heard that. I wasn't sure if that was true.
I feel like it has to be. Like, I feel like so many people I'm convinced. When you watch it, you know for certain that that woman killed her husband. Like, there's no question about it. I don't,
Yeah.
I will say, I also don't understand what somebody gets out of making a documentary like that. Like, did they think that was going to make them look good to the public, like one side or the other?
Oh, like why would they
Like
agree to be
any of
filmed
them?
like
Like,
that?
yeah, it makes them all look like horrible people, which they are.
Yeah.
But like,
I think
you
that
know you're a bad person if you can't even put on an act for a 7-episode documentary to try to be a good person.
yeah, I think that just based on the little that I've seen, I think that that group of people, they all are people that like are convinced that they are not in the wrong in the slightest and like
Oh yeah, for
would
sure.
think that they'd be able to like present like would think I think Joe Exotic even says it in like the first episode during like the little clip of a phone call from prison. He's like, if you hear the story, you will realize that there's no way I should be in jail. Now I don't know whether or not that's true, but just that mindset seems to be what everybody in that whole series
I
is
think
about.
that I think that when you watch it, I don't think there's a way that he could. He's crazy. One, did you know he like? You'll see later in the show he runs for
For president, right?
yeah, and then he
I
doesn't win
Yep.
obviously, so he runs for like mayor or not mayor. What's above mayor?
Governor?
Governor. He runs for governor, and he got 19% of the vote.
That's crazy. I
19% of
remember
people in that
when
state voted for Joe
for Joe
Exotic.
Exotic. I remember when he ran for president and like when the uh trailer for King came out, I was like, is that the dude that like ran for president? I remember because his campaign videos were like crazy. I remember seeing him on
Yeah,
YouTube.
there's one where he's like, it's all over Twitter right now. He's
Yeah.
um, like I don't wear suits. Like I've done drugs. I'm gay. I got a subpoena against me from some bitch down in Florida. This is his campaign ad.
That's he's very transparent. He's very
I mean,
transparent.
I guess that's what the people want at this point. You know, get rid of all
Well,
these corrupt politicians and get guys like Joe Exotic in office
yeah,
to really
Yeah.
tell the truth and get done what people want done.
Joe Exotic's gonna drain the swamp.
Yeah, who knows what's gonna happen? Yeah, I mean, it's like it's worth your time to watch during
Yeah.
quarantine. There's nothing else to do. I have a question. What do you like when the world reopens, when
Mhm.
everything goes back to normal, or never not normal, but like when you can start going out and like to restaurants and stuff again or
Yeah.
whatever? What do you think the
Yeah.
first thing? What's your first move? Like you wake up, like they say on a Monday, like this Friday,
Yeah.
world's open.
Right.
What is your first move?
Oh man. I would say first move. It's tough. I want La Galera.
Okay, they're still open. Takeout.
Right.
Yeah, I've gotten up
So
to
my first thing I would probably do is I would just go downtown to like the most populated area and just like start dancing in the streets, I guess, and like going to bars and like seeing people like
yeah,
super excited because
definitely.
yeah, people are saying
Well,
it's gonna be
when the war ended, you
P
know that
Day or yeah,
picture?
exactly.
You know the
Yes.
picture of the guy?
Yeah, yeah.
I hope so. That would be a really fun. I said that when we were still thinking about going to Florida for Easter. I said I said that to my like our parents. I said I want to go. Like I'd like to because it like we could go to their house in Florida and we could like quarantine ourselves down there, but at least you'd be in warm weather and you're not
Yeah, exactly.
stuck miserable in Wheatfield, New York. But I said I don't want to be there for too long because I need to be home when the world opens back up. I need to be
Right.
because I don't know what it's going to be. I think it's going to be like a few, like a week long celebration because I don't know. Do you think offices are going to open right back up? Probably, I guess, if restaurants are going to open. But here's my other thing. Do you think that I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be hesitant, or do you think that people are just going to be like, the government said it's okay, let's go do it?
I do think that there are going to be a lot of people on both sides. Um, I think that a lot of people, as soon as the government says it's cool, are going to go out and go crazy. Um, but I do think there's definitely still going to be some people who want to play it safe because, like, again, comparing it to like a war or whatever, which a lot of people have been doing, especially like, politicians and stuff. Um, it's not like, there's no bombs going to be dropped or whatever. Like, we don't have to worry about that. Like, the thing that is making people worried is sort of also what they would do to celebrate it being over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because yeah, well, that's the other thing is I thought like, all right, so it was just over 3 weeks ago. It was 3 weeks from Monday when New York closed everything down.
Yeah, yeah.
So Sunday, was the St. Patrick's Day parade in Buffalo, and they canceled it, but the
Mhm.
bars were still open.
Yeah,
So we all went. Everybody, all the college kids were out there because it wasn't,
yeah.
it hadn't escalated to this point yet. But they did have a limit on how many people that were supposed to be allowed into bars, and some like bars were taking it somewhat seriously. But even then, it was almost like not that I like. There's times where you want to be in like a bar that's not crowded. But when
Mhm.
you're celebrating an event like that, like the celebration of this being over, I feel like you want to be somewhere like you want everybody like you want to be celebrating with like the world. You know what I mean? So you want
Yeah.
it to be crowded almost. But I feel like that's exactly what they want to avoid. So
Right.
how like is it going to be like a take to the streets kind of thing? Because I mean, if they're going to still limit the amount of people in bars, people are going to want to go, but they're not going to be able to
Right.
celebrate like they want to. So then what
Yeah.
happens? Also, do people start destroying stuff? I feel like I could see some cars getting flipped. Like, you know
In
what I mean? Like,
excitement, like
yeah,
like if your
like
team won the Super
like yeah,
Bowl.
like your team won. Like I was gonna say the Stanley Cup, but yeah, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. I will say when it first happened, I like was not worried about it. I did a good job of quarantining myself just because there was nothing for me to do. Like, I went from my apartment in Buffalo back here, and I just kind of didn't do anything for like really the first 14 days, definitely. And then I've been golfing since
Mhm.
leaving the house. And I think that at first I was doing it because there was nothing to do. And now I actually have a little bit of a fear of I do not want to get the disease. And you heard me cough earlier. So I feel like now my fear of not wanting to get it is what's going to provoke my body to be like, you know what, it's time for you to.
It's go time.
I've had a string of bad luck since the year started, and I feel like this could just keep.
Well, I think everybody has.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's been, yeah. But like just, I tore my MCL.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
it started. Two like our second game back in the semester, tore my MCL. So that's kind of
yeah,
how it started. And then now that school's over, can't really do anything, which kind of stinks. I was actually like pretty like, you know what? I'm super happy I don't have to be going to classes. Like I didn't need to be at school, whatever. But then it kind of came to a point where now like all our stuff is canceled, right? Like it's like imagine like you being or like if like a senior at Fredonia and Fred Fest gets canceled.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That stinks. Because not that you didn't do it the first, like not that you wouldn't celebrate like that the first 3 years, but I mean now it's your last year, the
Exactly.
year that you're looking forward to the most, and it's definitely like affected a lot of people like that, like missing out on stuff. And there's even stuff in the summer like Boots and Hearts. I mean, like if Boots and Hearts gets canceled, I'm throwing a fit.
That's
Let's see.
in August, right?
It's pretty far away, but
Yeah,
it's also one of the most unsanitary places on the face of the earth.
that's true.
You know what I mean? You're sleeping in a tent surrounded by 80,000 other people for 5 days.
Who aren't showering?
Where you shower,
A lot of people aren't showering there.
you rinse.
You rinse.
Everybody rinses.
Everybody rinses.
If
I
there's a
don't
good
honestly.
rain,
I
if there's a good rainfall, you get the soap out for sure.
okay. Oh man, that's that's what you got to depend on. If
Well,
it
I mean, like
rains,
we bring the shower bag.
yeah. Which is what I mean. I'm saying like that's as far as people go is a
Well,
shower bag.
you can pay $7 Canadian a day to actually take like a real shower. They have like these big,
Oh really?
pretty much picture. It's like a semi truck, like the back of a semi truck, and there's like a staircase
Yeah.
to it, and you got to pay, and then it's just like there's like showers down the line. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
little curtains, so you're just kind of. And I've done it before. I've done it twice, like once per year. I usually do it on like Saturday because you get there Wednesday, so you go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Hmm.
and then Friday night is the first night where there's like really big concerts, and then the after party. So Friday night is a tough night, and you've already been at it for 3 days now. So you wake up Saturday morning, you're usually feeling a little worse for the wear. So you get a
Hmm.
good shower, and yeah, it can reignite your life. And then you do and then Saturday, Sunday, and then you come home Monday morning. So,
Right. I don't know. I'd probably pay to like. Are the showers like real crowded? You gotta like wait in line for a shower.
it depends on the time. You got to time it.
Right.
If you go like at 8 a.m. because that's when when the sun comes up, you wake up because you're sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you go then, yeah, there's definitely potential for you to have to wait in line, but you can time it right. And also, I mean, what else are you gonna do besides like wait? You know what I mean? Like, what else do you have to do really? Even if
It's
you wait in
true.
line 20 minutes,
Yeah, that's a good call. Hmm.
and it's definitely not as bad being a guy. I would say the girl shower is definitely, but I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know if
How
I'd
long
do
have
that.
we? How long have we been going here?
Oh boy, I have no idea. I have no idea how to tell time
Neither
on
do
this thing, but I feel like it might be about time to wrap it up.
Yeah, I've got some. I got some Taco Bell upstairs. I'm gonna eat.
What did you get?
Quesarito.
Quesarito. The
Yeah,
thing is, see, Taco Bell, the names of their food, like that's not
a
the name
burrito.
of a food.
Yeah, it's a burrito, but it's a quesadilla
Yeah.
with a burrito wrapped up in it. Quesarito.
And that's just man, that's the one thing that you know what? I've been going to Chipotle since the quarantine to like pick up stuff just because I've been really in the mood for like tacos. What I really want is Tijuana Flats. You remember that
Oh,
place?
what are those things called that I used to get there?
Oh man, I don't remember the little.
They're not like taquitos, but they're like something like that. And they would
Yeah,
cut them in half, and you could dip
yeah.
it in sauces and stuff.
Oh man,
Those things are
Tijuana
amazing.
Flats.
Is
I
there
know
one?
that's
Is
no
there one?
no. There's no the closest one to us is in I think shit.
No,
There might be one in
I
Georgia.
mean, I mean near like Longboat Key or like Sarasota area. Like if we were to be there.
There's one. I think there's like a 20-minute drive, but it's well worth it.
Oh my God, yeah.
Tijuana Flats. I know that's kind of a small chain, so I hope they're not like getting hit too bad by the virus or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I know they got the takeout stuff, but that's still, I mean, that's still
Yeah,
got to
you
be
don't
hurting
think it's much.
businesses all
Yeah.
over. But if Tijuana Flats were to close down, I
I
mean,
would,
even
I would,
though
I
like
think I would have to. I think I would have to come up with some money and invest, or like
absolutely start a whole campaign to bring back
we
Tijuana
should get
Flats because
Tijuana Flats to sponsor our podcast, Two in the Cooler.
if
How do
that
you feel
I
about that? Do you think we need to be more popular? Probably.
oh my god, yeah, they're not just gonna. But honestly, I mean, I just promote Tijuana Flats
For
every
free?
day for free because they
Yeah,
are
it's very good.
amazing. I mean, if you
We don't need to be them to pay us, but if they let us use like their We'll just say like sponsored by Tijuana. I guess we could just lie about it. Will they
No, you can't lie about it.
not like lie, but we'll say like when we tweet. By the way, Twitter, we do have a Twitter account
Oh,
at
yeah.
Cooler.
Yeah.
But if we were to tweet like an episode sponsored by Tijuana Flats, you think they'd get mad at us? You think you can't do that?
Yeah, I don't think they would
So
like
we
that.
can't do that. I don't know how
No.
sponsorship works.
You can't just say you're sponsored
Well,
by
yeah, because maybe they
somebody.
don't want to be associated with you, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why Tijuana Flats wouldn't wanna be
Wouldn't wanna be.
associated with us.
I think Tijuana
Um
Flats lives a very two in the cooler lifestyle as well.
Oh my god, Tijuana Flats is the unofficial official restaurant of Two in the Cooler, I say.
Okay.
Because
Not
that
never La Galera. No offense to La Galera.
La Galera is spectacular.
When you come home, we can get La Galera, but it's not better than El Cubolete. Another thing
I don't wanna get
I have
into
one
that
more
right
question for you before we. Have you You're not a big social media guy as is. I feel. Have you dabbled in TikTok at all?
No, Zoe was just talking yesterday about TikTok. She's like, I kind of want to get a TikTok, but I don't know. But the thing about TikTok, I hear that there's some really weird stuff on there. And I know there's some funny stuff, but
It's hysterical. I am a
I
big
do think that potentially Two in the Cooler should have a TikTok though.
I'm a big advocate of TikTok because I think it's funny. There's like some, but I feel like every form of social media, it's not like it's like people trying to, like get like I don't really want to use the word clout, but like they try to get like popular, like they want
Yeah.
likes, so they'll do, they'll make themselves, try to look nice and do some weird stuff. But it's the funny stuff that is well worth it for me to be on there. And also, I don't I'm an unbiased TikToker. I have made one TikTok of Seinfeld.
Oh, really? The cat,
Yeah,
Seinfeld the cat.
yeah, our cat Seinfeld.
What is
Yeah.
it? I want to see that.
So there's a sound. It's kind of. Want me to play you the sound? You think I can do
Sure.
that? All right. So this is what it sounds like.
Oh, hi there, friend. Man, I'll take care of you, because you're a little baby. Let me give you your boobs. Boop. That's right. Boop.
So that's what it sounds like. You could hear that, obviously.
Yeah.
So like you take like the voice over, right? Like you put that on your thing, and then you can take video. So it's and the boop, like that people do it. They like poke the nose of like their animal or whatever. So like
Yeah.
yeah, just for self entertainment out of boredom. But it's really funny, and there's like a TikTok trend that's kind of dumb. And that's the other thing. A lot of it is funny once you are on it a lot because it's like stuff is trendy, right? Like sounds are trendy, and like the way that trendy, and like will make like do funny stuff with them, and that's why I think it's funny. There's one where it's pretty much like, so like, in I think it's Mortal Kombat, like the dun, dun, or no, not Mortal Kombat. Oh my god, I'm embarrassed that I just said that. Like Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Like how it's like dun, 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 when you're like when you're choosing your character and like two characters.
Right. Okay.
So it's like an intro. So there's like a thing where people play that sound and they like go through their friend groups and like do like intros of their friend groups, like saying like funny / like mean things about each one, right? And so we've been saying, like, my group of friends have been saying we're going to do it for a while. And actually, while we were recording, Alex finally finished it. He was doing it last night too. He finally finished it and posted it on TikTok. So that's what I'm looking forward to watching after we get off. I don't know what it's going to say, so I didn't want to watch it
Right.
on episode. Because what if I don't know? What if he embarrassed me? I don't want my two in the.
Oh, I'm sure nobody could embarrass you, Matthew.
No, it'd be tough.
We get to but send that to me though, because I want to see
I
that.
will. Yeah, I see. And yeah, it's funny. Oh, but back like what I do is I don't follow. Well, I follow my friends, But they don't really make videos either. So I don't follow anybody else besides that. So then you can go you go to your following page if you want to see videos of people you followed, which I don't because my friends don't really make them. Or you can go to what's called the For You page, and it's where it just puts all the popular videos. And so, but it'll track what you do, right? So if you like a certain type of video, like those videos become more common to pop up on your For You page kind of thing. So I don't like anything. I stay completely unbiased. So I see completely random content and it's funny. And there's also like a lot of like stand-up comedians that will just post like 30 to 60-second sketches or like whatever. And like, yeah, I don't know, it's pretty funny. I think you and Sam could be good at TikTok. I'm surprised Sam's not on TikTok actually.
I wonder if he is, because he needs to. He's started doing this thing during quarantine. He only did one, but I told him that he's got to do it for the rest of quarantine. It's it's this low budget cosplay because he's stuck in his house.
Yeah.
So he's just like making cosplay. Yeah, did you see that?
Well, no, but I was there on your birthday the past 2 years.
Oh, yes, that one. But he did one yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Yeah, dog, it was your birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. And he's just like trying to make a cosplay out of just shit that he's got at home, which is like nothing. So he did this Joe Exotic low budget cosplay yesterday, and it's so funny. I hope he posted it somewhere yet, but
yeah, if you send it to me, I'll tweet it out off the Two in the Cooler.
Okay, I'll check with him to do that because it's so funny.
Up there too, if it's good.
It is good, and it's hilarious. So I told him he's got to like come up with more cosplay for like the rest of us.
If he can get a good cosplay, we can get him on maybe to show off his next cosplay.
Yeah, well, he's got to come on at some point.
Yeah,
once we get the guests going.
Yeah, we'll get guests going. So that's another thing that we're definitely gonna do at some point is get guests on. But we want to establish ourselves first.
Yeah.
Get into all that. All right, you got anything else? I think we went probably like 45 minutes or so, right? I have to assume
maybe even longer,
or maybe not as long. I actually have no clue what time we started officially.
Well, regardless, I think that's a wrap on episode 1 and 2 in the Cooler.
Craig, you got anything else to add? I want to know if the people will be able to see Craig.
I don't know.
Oh, so
Craig is
we say we're gonna not only have the podcast, we're gonna put out the videos of us recording on our YouTube channel. So if you'd rather watch that,
that
way, if you want to see how funny Andrew looks, or anything like that.
It's pretty funny.
So
that's right. 2 in the Cooler on YouTube. Just look that up. All the episodes are going to be up on there, and listen to the podcast. Of course, you're already listening to it right now, but you can get it wherever podcasts are. So that'll do it for episode 1. And thanks for listening to 2 in the Cooler. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Wait before you go.
What? Okay. One more.
2 brothers.
2 brothers. 2 viewpoints. 2 in the Cooler.
And podcast.
Okay. Let's get out of here. See ya.